When Steel talks, everybody.
Good morning. It's very nice to be here with you, Mr. Geoffrey Holder, and we are at the same Avenue Dance Theater. Okay. We wanted to talk a bit about your involvement with the Steelpan art form within North America, but first of all, you just want to say we're really happy to know that the Prodigal Prince is going to be returning to the stage once more under your artistic direction, costume designing, and everything else.
Prodigal Prince is a wonderful ballet. I love it because it's based on a Haitian painter named Hector Sipolis. And since I'm a painter myself, I have great love for it. He is the Picasso of Haitian art, of the folk art period. And what happened, there was a wonderful story. Somebody told me that they had a big affair at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And he attended, but all dressed up. They had this purple black man, so blackly purple, handsome, in a white suit and a crown on his head. And he said to everybody, well, I dreamt I went to Africa. And John the Baptist helped me get there, and he gave me a feather in which I painted my painting. I said, oh, that's a beautiful idea for a ballet. So I call it Prodigal Prince, the prodigal son, ha ha ha. So the ballet is based on that, and I knew Judith Johnson. She's a beautiful girl. And what happened? He says, why don't you do something for Judy, And Michael Godreau, who is great, one of the greatest dancers I know in life, male dancer, to fly like a bird. And so I said, let's do it, but he will be Hippolyte, and Judy will be Elzuli, who is a goddess of love, or, like the Virgin Mary as well. And so that's how the ballet came forth, and it was performed in Russia, all over the world, and it came back, and Judy says, Geoffrey, why don't you revive it? I said, it's a wonderful time to revive it because people know nothing about Haiti. They know nothing about the folklore. The Haitians are wonderful people. They are wonderful survivors. I mean, the more crap you throw at them, the more they're going to rise. They inspire me. And so I did that. And they were reviving the season at the City Center in December. They had over 5 performances. About the Steelband, I'll tell you about that. In 1952, I came to New York City. Actually, 1952, because in 1951, I represented my country at the first Caribbean Festival in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And there, the Haitians came and they were wonderful. They got they sent 200 dancers to Puerto Rico. Round trip ticket, That's lovely to represent their folklore and the divine. And we were very successful. We opened the show, they closed the show. We opened the festival and they closed it. Dynamite. We got rave reviews and a contract to perform at all the Hilton Hotels. And what happened, I disbanded the company. My company was like 20 dancers. I broke it down to 5. One girl and the others were men. And because I don't want to be responsible for any girl, the band, and one incredible girl, her name is Florence Ryers, wonderful dancer. She was a dupla. She was Indian and African mixed together, beautiful girl. And what happened, I told those boys, I could always sell my paintings and take photographs and make a bread, make some money. You should always have more than one talent. Why don't they all go and study to pay the steel drum? Well, we didn't have any money. So I paid the guy in Belmont give them Steelband lessons, $9 each man to learn. That time, you know, and the boys were good. We came back to perform at the Trinidad and Tobago Hotel and the Hilton Hotel. And at the Trinidad and Tobago Hotel, a wonderful woman named Eldra Schultebrand, who was from the Virgin Islands. She was a doctor. Adopted us. She loved us, and she invited Agnes DeMille, who did Oklahoma, to see us dance and hear us play this strange instrument. Agnes DeMille was so impressed, she invited us. Through her, we got our visa to come to this country. And we auditioned for South Europe, repeating for Sorry for Papa. But that did not work out. And then one day, I had another audition for Arnold St. Cooper, who was a great producer who did Out of This World and, you know, all those wonderful music shows. He was doing a show named House of Flowers, written by Truman Capote. And what happened, St. Cooper says, Geoffrey, I'd like you to be the Duke of Darkness. This show takes place in Haiti. This Duke of Darkness, you mean Baron Samedi, the god of life and death? He dances like this, boom, 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 boom. He said, oh my God. I said, yes. Yes, that's interesting. He said, who's doing the choreography? He said, George Balanchine. I said, well, George Balanchine knows nothing about Haitian folklore. He said, oh, no, right there, you can do your own choreography. Am I going to get billing? I was 22 years old and I'm calling the shots. I got the billing, etc., etc., etc. I said, oh, by the way, you have to see my musicians. I can't do the show unless I have my own drummers. You know, they beat the natural voodoo drums to me, and then they played the instrument. And Harold Arlen, the incredible Harold Arlen, who wrote The Wizard of Oz, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, was the composer. And he wrote a melody for the Steelband to play as I made my entrance. Now, there were Steelbands here already in New York, but they were in Brooklyn, you know, playing at the little parties, But for me to get these gentlemen into the Broadway show, they had to join the union. And that's how, because the instruments, they said, no, these are just nothing more than oil cans and garbage cans. We just begin to beat the drum, because before we used to beat the bamboo. Say, all right, Mr. Holder. You know, that's how it joined the union. And then after that, it was after that period, tourists were already going to the Caribbean, and they discovered the Caribbean because the war was over. You could fly now and pay later. That was the whole thing. So everybody was discovering the Caribbean. It was their hideaway, where people wanted to go and have a good time. It was a period, the Calypso period, where the Harry Belafontes and everybody was trying to make it on Deo, you know. You understand? So Deo, and that's for the whole period. Meanwhile, back in the right, my brother Bosco was in London doing the same thing, because he choreographed it. He had his own orchestra, regular music orchestra in London. So he introduced it to the BBC. So that's my BBC thing about Steelband. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.